Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hope you had a great day and wish you all the best for tonight's test. So, yes, today we are talking about something new, and I'm quite sure that you did some sort of reviewing because Wednesday we did a general review. That's why we had the second table, this one that we practiced on. And this is our first table. I just did some sort of change in it. And as we see, we have two tables, the first table and the second table. And if we are looking at them, both of them, they have primary key and they have some general information. And if we are going back to the data sheet view, we have the impact code for both of them. And the code are the same code that we have it in both of the tables. So what we are taking today, we are taking our sessions with access. We said that this in relations, because we said that in flat do relation and makes life easier for those who are doing data entry or the data entry data. But at the same time, they have to know which sort of relation they have to use and what are the okay. So I'm quite sure that most of you just neglected, and this is not good. And I noticed this while I was just like preparing the questions for you the previous time, and I saw that no one of you are reading the booklet that we first, from the very beginning, we put it into the stream. So today I want us to show you there's something called booklet and you can take advantage of it. And that's why today's class, not just today, from now on, I will try to just like remind you about this booklet and show you that we have something you can practice and you can take advantage of it. So for your information, now we are in page 200 something. 202, yes, thank you, Mom Sabnar. So yeah, we are in page 203 and we are just like working on relation right now. Two pages, and I'm sure, I'm not saying all of you, I'm not just generalizing, but I'm sure majority of you till now you couldn't pass it and you didn't understand it even. I just took it out from this booklet. And for the midterm also, and for the final exam, it will be the same. I will take questions from this booklet. I'm not going out from this booklet because I'm not allowed according to the law and according to the policy of University of Suleimani and also according to the policy of sort of information if it's out of this booklet. So that's why whatever you got in the exam and whatever you saw within your practical and theoretical questions, we took them all from this booklet. Even I didn't change any of the things. Sometimes I'm just doing copy paste from this booklet, just copying and pasting and put it into the Google form. That's why I'm just like, this is a reminder, or this is some kind of tips to help you and lead you to do best and do better from now on. Because I know, like in the very beginning, I told you that we have this booklet and you can take advantage of it. Maybe some of the things that I explained for you, I just give it like just the surface of the information, because I know you are expert and we are expecting from you lots. But if in case you forgot, or maybe some of you, they don't know about those things, so it's easier to just go to this booklet and get more information and go deeper, because I'm just giving you from the surf. I'm not going deep inside. So you can just come here and see, like, there's everything explained in detail. Here in real detail, and with because this is what you have in front of you, so you have to take advantage of. Talking about relation. So relation is something that you are creating a link between relations, because for queries and for reports, for other things, we really need them, especially while we are retrieving data. We need some sort of information. It's just connected with the cable. So yeah, that's why we have relation. So just to talking about the data types and their properties, we mentioned something about primary key, and we told you that we have primary key and we can use of, like, get advantage of primary key. So here it says that relations mean that two or more tables are linked together by a common field. Here, a common field called primary key. So we are just adding a primary key on field that we want to make it a common, or make it common between these two table, or these tables that maybe we have like more than two tables and we want just to link them together. Now we came out that we need something which is called primary key. So this is the use of primary key, and this is the use of how we need to deal with primary key. Then later on, we will talk about something else which is called foreign key, and the foreign key is something I could say is not so much different with primary key, but the foreign key, it will work in another table, which is a primary key in some table. Well, let's not talk about this in that detail because I don't want to confuse you, but I just want to remind you that we have something which is called primary key and called foreign key. So here we see the importance of primary key. So without primary key, we cannot make any sort of relation. So primary key is the key for making a relationship between 2 or 3 tables. Well, now let's move on. What we have here, okay. Now we are talking about something else, which is the type of relations. So we don't have just one type of relationship. No, we have 3 types of relationships. The first one, it calls one-to-one. So here, one-to-one means that we have 2 tables. Each of the fields on this, the first table is linked to 1 fields on the other hand of the table, or table 2. So first, let's say we have first table and we have second table, as we have it here, first table and second table. You see it because I didn't hide it. I want you to see this part. That's why I keep it. You see here, first and second table. So if we have data like 2 tables of information, this is second. Oh yeah, my handwriting is perfect. Congratulations that you have such a teacher like me. And we have these tables within the data. So each of these tables, they have to have what? They have to have primary key. So what we need here, we need to have a primary key. So here is a key here on this table. This is a key. Yeah, great. Congratulations. I just made a key. Yeah, so each of them, they have 2 different keys. So they are both having the primary key on the field that we are trying to link them. And these 2, when we are using one-to-one, we are now talking about one-to-one. For one-to-one, these 2, they have to have the information or the thing that we are trying to connect them. So the data type and the information, they have to be similar. Here it just in detail mention how we can do one-to-one relation. Is a relation between the primary key of one table, okay, and a primary key in the other table. For each record in the first table, only one match record exists in the second table. So each here can be connected within one line, like this. But it can be, it can be some sort of table and like this. So here we can just link these 2 together, but we see one of them is just remained, okay, not like this. Let's use another color. So this one remained without connection. Is totally fine. So don't get panic and don't be afraid and say, okay, if we have table 1, which contain 10 fields, but we have table 2 contain 100 fields. So, oh my God, we cannot connect these 2 because we cannot say it is one-to-one relation, because there is many of the fields here is not connected with anyone from the first table. No, it's not like this. The more important that each field from here be connected to one field here, not to two of them. That's why we call them one-to-one. So each one here can be connected to one there, not like one here connected to two. No, in this way it's going to be one to many. So that's why when we are saying one-to-one, one field here connected to one field there, like this. So let's just remove those things that we don't need from now on. Yes. Great. Thank you. And let's move to what? Let's move to the table. I forgot this guy. Yeah. So now what we have two tables, table 1 and table 2. We just look at them. We saw the information in both of them, and we know that these two tables, they have field, one field which is contain unique information, and we put primary key on them. And again, both of them, they are similar, so we can just like deal with them simply. But whenever we are trying to use anything or any other objects within our database, we have to close all the previous objects that we used. For example, now I have these two tables. This is two objects that I used it before, and I just put information and data in them. But now I want to make relation. But before making relation, I have to come here and say, thank you. I'm just satisfied with your information, and I see everything is clear. Everything is clear. There's nothing in this between. There's nothing in this between. So yes, I will just close them. Now I see there's no object in my working area. So what I will do, I'm just going to the ribbons of database tools. Where I am in the ribbon of home. No, I want just go to where? To tables, tools, database tools. Clicking here. Now I see there is relationships. Relationships. What I will do, I will just click on it. And now I see this new object here, which is called relationships. What I will do, or I will just drag and drop the table here, drag and drop. Just click on it and bring it here, both of them, or I'll click on the show table. It shows me the tables that I can use, and I could just select them both, and again drag and drop or add. Select them both just like this, and then add. Well, one more time. We came here and we see there's like two more ribbons or two more tabs here. One of them is just called tables. The other one is called queries. And this is one of the objects that we will take it later on. And then we have both of them. It means that we can make relation between table and query, query and query, table and table. Simple like this. That's why we have them all. But for now, what I will do, I just have tables. So I will just add this to table. And voila, we have the information. So what I will do, simply, I will just click on the fields that contain primary key. I see this both. What I will do, I will just click here and drag and drop, link it to the other fields that contain primary key. Now I see this pop-up window or this wizard, which letting me to make change or to make my decision what I want and how I want. But because now we are talking about one-to-one relation or one-to-one relationship, we have to be careful that the fields that I want to connect them, they have to have both primary key on them, and we need them both to be in the same data type, not different data type, and they have to be in two different tables. So now I see is here written table 1 or table query, and this is the related one. So when we are talking about relation, something just like coming out here. As we see here, this is written table and this is written related table. So it means the first one is going to become the parent like the father and mother. The second one become what? Become the child. So if you remember, when I draw the table, I said it can be some field on table 2 that doesn't have any field from table 1. So this is also totally fine. Why? Because we gonna have orphan data. Orphan means the person who lost their parent, or they don't know who is their dad and mom. That's why we gonna have some sort of orphan on table 2. But we cannot have anything on table 1 that not related to something on table 2. If this happened, we cannot call this one one-to-one. Then it will become something else, which is later we will take it, or it's going to be one-to-many or many-to-many. But here we have this information that the first one, which is called the parent, have to be linked to 1 on the child table. And when we are opening this, or when this pop-up window is just popping up in front of us, we see there is some information in both, like on the right and also on the bottom. But we don't want to do anything within these two. Also, I can see which field that I want to change, but I'm not making any change because I'm sure that the primary key is on the impact code, so I will keep it on impact code. These, we will talk about them when we are moving to the other type of relation, because we need them when we have different type of relation except one-to-one, because here the relation type is written is one-to-one, so we won't touch anything, we won't make change in anything, we will just keep it simple as it is, and we will just say create. Now what I have the relation which is showing by this line. It means that this table being linked to that table, and I see here 2 dots. There is 1 dot and there is 1 dot. This is mean that I have one-to-one relation. So I'm happy with this information, and because I want to apply one-to-one relation. So what I will do, I will just save it and close this tab. Now I have my workplace empty. What I will do, I'm just coming here, double click on the table. Now I see something new happen to my table. It shows me there is a plus here. That's mean there is a relation. So this is the meaning of having relation. I will click it. Now what it popping out, it pop out the other information from the other table according to the impact code. So I see here it said UOS 21000 is Soran Karim. I'm not sure. Let's see the table 2. I see table 2 exactly. Soran Karim is 001. Again, I'm going here, I see 002 is Benar Ali. So I'm coming here and I'll check, it's written Benar Ali. Okay, so I'm not dealing with this one. I'm coming here and I will check this. Well, it tells me that Soran's salary is this much, and also the starting day and the end day is written here. So I'm not sure about this. I'll go back here and I will check this information. I will see, yes, exactly. This is the salary and this is the start and this is the end date. So now this means that I have a relation, and because on both sides I have this plus, it means that this relation is one-to-one, because in other relations we don't have sort of this kind of information. What we have like on one of the tables, and the other tables is going to be simple as it is without any pluses. So that's why from this point we got that which table is the parent and which table is the child. But here, because both tables they have the extra information, so it means that this is one-to-one. So there is no parent and there is no child. These are just a relation between two persons, like let's say the mom and dad. How is the relation between them and how they share everything together? That's why they have the information together. So let's see if I want, just imagine that we are here. If I want to see the relation, what I will do, just from here, I'll just go back to database tools and then relationships. Here I see how the relation is showing. If I want to remove this relation, it's so simple. What I will do, select it. When I click on it, I see it is more visible and it's more bold. So it means that it's been selected. I will do right click and delete. It asks me if I'm sure that I want to delete this relation. Yes, exactly. I'm quite sure. So now I see there is no relation between these two tables, and I could just remove all the information here and save because I don't want them. So now it just took me back to home because we have the informations here now, because just we have two tables, so I see just these two tables without any extra information. This is how we are doing the one-to-one relationship. One more time, we are just looking at the table. We see there is no pluses, there is nothing because we don't have any relation between these two. And we make sure that the data being filled and everything is clear. So what we are doing right now, we are just closing this objects that we just created before, and I see in the workplace there is nothing. I'm going to the right band of database tools, and from here clicking the relationships. Now I see there is no table, there is no information. If I had queries and tables together, I was going to just add the tables or show tables from here. But because I don't have anything like this, what I have just these two tables. So what I'm doing, I'm just dragging it and drag and drop and add it here. So because I'm sure that these two tables are similar in the command or in the position, so I don't need to just make decision and make sure that which one become the parent and which one become the child, because I said that this is the dad and this is the mom, so they have the same rule and the same policy and the same ability on leading. So what I will do, I could just drag from here to there. Oh, from there to here, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same way that we made decision on. And here it's just showing how the table should be, because we want one-to-one, so we are not making any different here and we are not making any changes here. We will just see it as it is without any problem and say create. So as you see now, we have the relation right now between these two tables and the relation is one-to-one. How we know it's one-to-one? Because we see one dot here and one dot there. No, I'm not sure about this. So what I will do, I will just save it, close this one, and going back to the home, I open this one. Yes, this one is become a parent. That's why it has some sort of information inside it. So I'm clicking on the second table. I see the same thing here repeated. So this just makes me sure that these two tables are related to each other one-to-one. So we don't have one too many, we don't have many too many, we have one-to-one. That's why we have both tables behaving as a parent, because both of them are having the same ability and having the same quality. So they are equalized in everything. That's why we have them both behaving as a parent. This is what we mean by one-to-one relation. So here it explains the sort of relation that we can do it in one-to-one, and we see here the information be written in detail for you, and you can just practice and see what you can do within your table that you have. So tomorrow we are talking about one-to-many relation, because today in the morning shift we couldn't continue with this one because the time was so crucial for us. That's why we just made decision to just keep this for tomorrow. So tomorrow we are talking about one-to-many relation and many-to-many relation in detail. So prepare yourself for it and make sure that you know something about these things, and also prepare yourself for the exam as well. As you know, tonight we have an exam and everything has to be clear for you without any problem and without anything. So please